Lots of news today, specifically about Warhammer. If you're not a fan of Warhammer 40k, then you won't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I made a video recently, or the last time when we started up Space Marine. I was talking about, like, man, I hope Henry Cavill can make that show happen. You know, I hadn't heard nothing about it in such a long time. The only thing I heard is that they were kept rejecting scripts, or that he did, because he was being like super picky about it, super particular. And then the news came out today, chat, that Blurpoint, the company that did if you ever watched Secret Level on Amazon, Secret Level was basically like this big anthology, like homage to like video games and like animation and like just like creative animation in general, where it was operated in like episodes. And one of the episodes was called it was about Warhammer. It was about Space Marines. And I think it was about Titus, from what I remember. I have to go back and rewatch it. But they did a Warhammer 40k episode. And the company that did that is going to be doing animation for a Warhammer 40k TV show. Now, Henry Cavill's been trying to make this shit happen with Amazon for a long time. For like a very long time. And for the most part, we hadn't heard anything for like a really long time. Until today. There was rumblings about this before, about, you know, like he was rejecting scripts and whatnot. Oh, bubbling pitchfork, you say. Bye-bye. Yeah, so it got put out there today that Blurpoint and Game Shop, GameWorks, I forget what it's called. They've greenlit like Amazon to do the Warhammer 40k show, and Henry Cavill is going to be an executive producer on it. And I think he even said he's going to be the lead role in it, which I'm totally fine with, because I think Henry Cavill's I think he's a very talented actor. He's probably one of the most genuine actors. I appreciate Henry Cavill just because he is like loyal and committed, like, to a fault. You know what I mean? For him to be like, this is like not a knock on like 40k fans, but for him to be a fan, like probably like the number one fan of Warhammer 40k, and for it to be like Henry Cavill, it's something that you would never expect. You know what I mean? But he is. He's like a super fan. He's like a super nerd. He's a super video game fan. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of things about Henry Cavill that I appreciate. On the flip side of that, now I'm just speculating, but my thinking is the show is probably going to take a little bit of time. I don't expect for it to come out until like maybe early 2028. Maybe even longer. Just because of who Henry Cavill is. You know, he's a big stickler for it. He's a big, like, he wants it to be a specific way. That's the main reason why I'd heard anyway, the rumblings were that he left The Witcher, the TV show The Witcher. Because, I mean, watch after Henry Cavill left. As soon as Henry Cavill was done with The Witcher, I was done with The Witcher. He was a big selling point. He played Geralt perfectly. You probably aren't going to get anyone to play a better Geralt than Henry Cavill. If you disagree with me, that's fine. But that's my feeling on it. Henry Cavill did a great, great Geralt. I didn't watch the Liam Hemsworth. I don't think it did very well because I think it's already being canceled. Or they just weren't planning to go beyond those additional seasons anyway. But that was what we were all told is that is why Henry Cavill left The Witcher. They were going in different creative directions, and he felt they weren't going to be true to the source, to like the actual game source, which is the books. The books in the forefront. And he didn't want nothing to do with that. So he decided to leave. Whether that's true or not, I mean, no one really knows but them. But that should give you some indication of how the Warhammer 40K series is going to go. Especially that I'm assuming he's having big, big creative input. It was his idea. He put a lot of this in motion. You know, for him to be an executive producer, I imagine he would be like the main executive producer or like one of the lead executive producers, whatever that's called. Maybe it's that. But that's why all of that is why I think the TV show is probably going to take some time.